I got several requests to do a new update on the Horde cryptocurrency passive income project. I want to be as objective as possible on this channel, and so I start off this video by saying that I do have two plots here. I am invested, I do have a vested interest in this project. So what you might expect me to do here is to actually shill the project, to push it up, to make other people buy it. But that's actually not what you're going to see. Now I do expect that you already know the basics, the basic tokenomics around Horde. So you invest 10 Horde tokens and then each day you get 0.1 Horde tokens back as passive income, and the price of the Horde token is bound to a certain trading range. So we can see that even over longer periods of time, the price does not fall below a certain level. Now, how is this achieved? It's achieved with a specific wallet that buys up the token once it falls enough. And that wallet is called the Liquidity Manager wallet. There are several ways how money flows into the Liquidity Manager. If you're interested in that, feel free to check out older videos on this channel or other videos within YouTube. The most important thing for you to know right now is that this balance here has to be above 0. If the balance here of this orange line falls below 0, then the price pack of this Horde token cannot hold. Then it has to break. Now what we see here in blue is the daily issuance to the existing holders, right? Because the project is growing over time, there are more and more plots. There are also more and more payouts. Thus, at the beginning of the project, there wasn't a lot of payouts. Now there are way more. In order to go break even here, we need roughly 110 days of payouts. So let's just do something that's not hyper scientific, but that might still bring the point across. This here is maybe 1 month. This is maybe 2 months of duration, 3 months. And so we've got a bit more than 3 months, maybe something like this, right? This would be the kind of duration to get break even. And let's say you wanted to invest in Horde today, and let's just add this here on the right side of the chart. So if that orange line stays above 0 until this point over here, then we are break even. Now we can do all kinds of extrapolations here, right? Let's just draw some interesting lines. Let's say that because we want to work with the not so great scenarios, let's say this continues to decline now. The current momentum cannot turn around and it continues to decline maybe at this current pace here. Then you would actually break even, right? So you would actually make money with this. There would still be enough people that come after you. If you simply just follow the green line, it doesn't cross 0 quickly enough, you will get break even already at this point in time. So that would be great. But what about an alternative scenario where we are now really accelerating the decline because the payouts, they are increasing, right? Let's say this recent drop here is more representative of what's actually going to happen in the future. Let's extend this. Then we would be already collapsing in roughly 1 month. Now this is all speculation, right? Who knows what will happen? We know, for example, that this increase here, right, the recent jump, it was additions from other sources within the project, right? So the project also still has a treasury. It has also income from licensing out the liquidity manager algorithm. It has also income from bot trading and from NFT sales, etc. So it's kind of up to you to decide what's actually the most representative. You could even be hyper bullish and say, actually, we are growing all the time. This is just a short-term wick and we just continue to grow with this liquidity manager. It will never hit 0. But this would, of course, imply that the system can grow indefinitely. At some point in time, there will be a saturation point. Has it already been hit with this recent decline? I can't really answer this. It's simply just a representation of what the current dynamics are. You are betting on the growth, not to stall for the project in case you're investing right now. What's also important to notice is that when you do get your rewards here, right? For example, here I've now got 1 Horde token that's claimable. There's always a certain balance of tokens that haven't yet been claimed and thus that haven't yet been sold and thus that didn't yet put any selling pressure on the liquidity manager, right? Only the Horde tokens that then get swapped for BUSD again actually put pressure on the system. So you potentially want to know how large is this balance relative to the inflows. And when we look at that, right, we've got over here the reserve inflow in blue. In orange, we've got what's being distributed every day. So that's increasing a bit more monotonically. Then we've got here in gray what's actually been claimed. So we can see here the distributed number is larger than the claimed number. So this delta over here is the balance that hasn't yet been claimed. And then we can abstract both numbers from each other, right? So we actually see that the pool of tokens that hasn't yet been claimed is increasing over time. You could see this as a positive or as a negative. The positive spin on it is that people are not yet worried. They simply don't yet sell what they could claim. The negative spin on it is that there is potentially a lot of supply that could hit the market once momentum turns around, right? There is quite a bit of dormant supply that's just inactive at the moment. You can also look at this in a bit more pessimistic way. So that's now this orange, the purple line here. The purple line is showing the inflows versus the distributed amount. So if everybody that's currently in the system would now, as of this moment, claim and sell their Horde tokens, then this would be the balance of the liquidity manager very, very low, right? So when we scroll up here, right, these lines, they are pretty much meeting right now. So that's what you're looking at. The reason why the system still has a bit of runway to go and didn't collapse yet is because not everybody that can claim their tokens has done so far. So I'm not giving any advice on what to do with this. Simply want to give a bit more of a nuanced view, what's going on, data you've probably not yet seen anywhere else. The way how you extrapolate the liquidity manager balance development in the future obviously determines whether or not it makes sense for you. Be aware that this is a very risky project. Be aware that in case you do invest now, you're pretty much directly or indirectly contributing to my returns because I'm already invested in this, and there is some kind of a mechanism happening that moves money from new investors to old investors. I've described this in more detail in prior videos. So be aware of all of this. You're betting on further exponential growth, and definitely, especially for something like Horde, only invest what you're willing to lose. This is not just Bitcoin or Ethereum. This is way, way more risky. If you're wondering how I currently navigate this market, what I'm doing, there are daily market updates for the premium members. It's to be found at thebitcoinstrategy.com. More information is in this video over here. Hope to see you in that video, and thanks for watching this one. Bye-bye.